First on the menu, we're going to go straight into motor doping.
Yeah, let's pop straight into it. So this question came in from a listener and he said, Anthony, I think your interview with Greg LeMond, where he sparked the question of motor doping, was listened to by the UCI because they have just appointed a new guy to investigate this across cycling. I'm really shocked that this is such an issue in the pro peloton and kind of thought that Greg was being a bit crazy and tinfoil hat about the whole thing. Do you really think it's as rampant as Greg made out?
There's thousands of comments. You know what, actually, we should watch that clip again because it's about 6 or 7 months since that first Greg LeMond interview and I actually can't even remember that well what he said.
He said a lot, but yeah, let's have a little look.
I sometimes don't believe it. And I truly believe motors were used to, you went a lot of big races until very recently. It was a real deal. And I look at it now, they're doing 65 bikes a deal. You don't see bike changes like you did 5 years ago. How could it be that either the equipment was so bad, Shimano was making really bad equipment, but I would see when I was in Eurosport, I would see 5 bike changes by riders. And it pissed me off. I would see it, and I know what, I've ridden the motor. I've seen what's happened with it. And I know Insight, I know who I believe was using it. I'm not going to say that out loud because
I'll say
the motor.
The crazy one. It was a crazy clip.
It was a crazy clip. Oh my God. It still gives me butterflies looking back at that interview with Greg because he was so honest, so open to the stuff he was coming out with. It still completely bamboozles me. And I always talk about the first time I watched it, the raw edit, and his wife was literally Kathy was literally coming in every couple of minutes going, Greg, I don't think you can say that. I don't think you can say that.
He just didn't care.
Just didn't care at all. So do you think that Greg was he overblowing the situation? This is something that we talk about and we see a lot of comments under our YouTube about is motor doping. It seems to have become a very, very hot topic in the last couple
Motors
of
are
maybe
definitely
year or so.
being used. It's like, is cheating going on in sport? 100% cheating is going on in sport. The question is how much? It's a number that's greater than zero. I've no doubt at all about that. If you just think about the incentives, like you can win so much money. You look at how, I'm not saying Van der Poel is doping, but you look at how famous Van der Poel is. You look at how much cash he's making, salary, endorsements, 10-year bike deal with Canyon.
Yeah.
Like, that's the incentive to get to the top of this game. So where there's that much prize money and that much accolades for being at the top of the game, you're always going to have people who will try and shortcut that, who don't have the talent to get there naturally, like Van der Poel. So they figure out a way to get there. So I'm absolutely convinced that motor doping is going on. And I actually would go a little bit further than LeMond. He goes on in that clip and I think he talks about we don't see as many bike changes now. I think we see more bike changes now because people stopped getting wheels changed with true axles.
Yeah.
So now with true axles, everyone's using disc brakes. There's no one in the peloton not using disc brakes at a professional level. It takes a long time to change a wheel. So a lot of people are just changing a bike.
Yeah, ditching the bike and getting a new one.
Yeah.
And so do you think that this is warranted then, the UCI appointing this new guy? This new guy is legit. He basically has been, he's a former criminal investigator and he has previously worked in like loads of positions. They sound pretty cool. Fighting against sports corruption, match fixing and other ethical issues. It sounds like this guy is like a serious hitter. So do you think that the UCI are gone a bit too far appointing this guy for the role? I mean, they obviously think it's warranted.
No, I don't think so. If you look at how serious they take doping with the World Anti-Doping Code, with WADA there to administer the World Anti-Doping Code, mechanical doping needs that same level. Like it's 2016 when we seen the Belgian cyclocross rider Femke van Driessen, I think I pronounced that right. She was caught for mechanical doping in the World Cyclocross Championships. As far as I know, that's the first confirmed case of mechanical doping. But very little has happened between 2016 and 2024 in terms of enforcement, but plenty's happened in terms of technology.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that like blood doping, EPO, all of that, if there's a lot of money on the line, people are so smart, they're so cute, they're always going to think up of ways to kind of get around it. The rule that I looked up, which I thought was really interesting, is this kind of bylaw about how a bike should be propelled. I thought it was really interesting. It says the bike shall be propelled solely through a chain set by the legs, and then it says inferior muscular chain, moving in a circular movement without electric or other assistance. So I kind of geeked out on the actual rules. I just thought that was really interesting that they actually had to write that in the rules of what legal cycling is for the UCI races.
You would think they would update that. It's like the American Constitution or something. It's like, come on guys, we wrote that with a feather. Did you not update that? Ye old turn the legs around.
Ye old bicycle.
No, it's definitely going on. But look, let's go on. I know we've a load of questions to get through today.
So if you like this video, you should definitely check out this video because I know you're going to love it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.